So, hi everyone. Today we'll be seeing about Ukraine, and it has been a long time, and we listen to the national anthem. Ukraine is pronounced as Ukrajina. So it's a country in Eastern Europe, excluding Crimea, and it has population about 42.5 million, making it the 32nd most populous country in the world. And its capital and largest city is Kyiv. Ukrainian is official language. Alphabet is Cyrillic. Um, so the dominant religions in the country are Eastern Orthodoxy and Greek Catholicism. So it's currently in a territorial dispute. Um, it's the 46th largest country in the world, and it's currently in a territorial dispute with Russia over the Crimean Peninsula. Which Russia annexed in 2014. Then a lot of things. Ethnic groups are Ukrainians and Russians. Government is unitary semi-presidential constitutional republic. The president is Petro Poroshenko, High President, and the Prime Minister is Volodymyr Groysman. So the chairman of the parliament is Andrew Parubi, and the legislature is Verkhovna Rada. Okay. Then currency is hryvnia. So it's Ukrainian hryvnia, and an independent referendum was held on 1st December, after which Ukrainian independence was finalized on 26th December. So the Ukrainian SSR was renamed into Ukraine on 17th September, according to the law of Ukraine. Okay. So the law article contains Cyrillic text. So then the territory of modern Ukraine. So it's a lot about Ukraine, and so including Lithuania, Poland, Austria, Hungary, Ottoman Empire, Russia, the Cossack Republic emerged and prospered during the 19th and the 17th and the 18th century, and was eventually split between Poland and Russian Empire. So it declared itself as a neutral state, and so coming to Ukraine, today it was a lot of what to say, there's a lot of disturbances, and so this Wikipedia doesn't work well too. And so suddenly I thought I could just move into the Ukraine alone, and uh, so so there is a lot of diseases, but there are something called land disasters, and one such land disaster here is the earthquake. And surviving it was a tedious task. Even I thought that I'm getting unwell and I'm not well, but it's suddenly the earth, about the earth and its movements, which makes us even think, even if we are psychiatrically bounded. So, it's the world's largest grain exporter. So I have a lot of countries coming by, and I'm just in the U series. Still, we have A, B, C, D, and all up to U. So let me finish it faster. About the geography, only the geography, and about a few of the history, which we have already read before years. And so the etymology and uh, so the Ukraine now implies disregard for the country's sovereignty, according to U.S. Ambassador William Taylor. Uh, okay, we'll move on to the history, the early history. So, Anai is golden, and it's a gold Scythian pectoral or neck piece from the royal kurgan in Pokrov, dated to the 4th century BC. So it's a beautiful neck piece and a masterpiece and a beautiful one. So we have to see about the flag too. Let's see about the flag and the emblem. The flag is blue and yellow. So you would have certainly got about the blue and the yellow, something like the green and the yellow. So somewhat resembling the blue, and the coat of arms is something like Trishul. So it is about three marked symbols. So the glory and the will of Ukraine has not yet died. So there has been a previous war. So to say about the Neptune, so it's about the layer of crust which is from the sky to the land, not from the land. It's originating through the erosions, and so one such is Ukraine, and so very just can't like meditating and moving through the border, and even I was warned not to go into the border, so that there is no mishappenings allowed, because it's uh, country of uh, this, Islam, I think, mostly. And so let's read more about it. So Neanderthal settlements and domestication of the horse. It's already been 8 minutes. I don't know how just the time goes by. I think we could just manage it within some 20 minutes probably, but 20 minutes is too long. 10 minutes for each country will do. But so until we get deeper and more about the country and the geography, so once if we come to know about some 10 to 15 countries, then the other rest of the countries is very easy to learn. So I think we could take some time for the newer ones, up to some 10 or 12, then it will be very easier. So it's gravity and culture and the Crimean Mountains. So I'm very, what to say, I'm very anxious. So very anxious to know about the Crimean Mountains, the Neolithic Kikutian Tripolia culture, and Tripolia entire Dnieper-Dniester region. During the Iron Age, the land was inhabited by Sumerians and the Scythians, Sarmatians. Um, and so the beginning in the 6th century, colonies of ancient Greece, ancient Rome, Byzantine Empire, Tyras, Olbia, Chersonius, So these are the places which we are. Yeah. Next is that the center of the old Great Bulgaria. So there is also some network error, and and the Khazaras took over much of the land. So then we come to the Antis people. A colored copy of Varangian rune stone G280, which talks of death in the Dnieper Rapids. So there's a rune stone which talks of the death. The Antis and the white coat Severians, Polans, Gravians, Dulids, Ulichians, and Tiberians. The migrations from Ukraine thought the Balkans established many southern Slavic nations, and the northern migration, which was almost to the Ilmen Lakes, led to the Ilmen Slavs, Krivits, Radomins, the group answered to the Russians. So recently, I was writing about the Cinderella story. So about the Spain, I was about making some conclusions and spending some time with Spain. And it was a nice writing experience, so that I could do about most of the countries. Next, the golden age of Kievan Rus. The baptism of the Grand Prince Vladimir led to the adoption of Christianity in Kievan Rus. Formed by the Rus people, they came from Scandinavia across Ladoga and settled in Kiev. Mm, Belarus, far east stripe of Poland and western part of present-day Russia. To primary chronicle Rus elite initially considered of Varangians from Scandinavia. So the Rurik dynasty. So there were several principalities and ruled by the interrelated Rurikid Niazes. So the princess. So the golden age of Kiev Rus began with reign of Vladimir the Great, turned Rus towards Byzantine Christianity, where were slave device, and Vladimir II Monomarch and his son Slav, uh, and they finally disintegrated. And the Mongol invasion in the 13th century, Kiev was totally destroyed in 1240, and the principal palaces of Halich and Volodymyr Volynsky arose and were merged into a state of Galicia, Volhynia, and Danilo Romanovich, son of Roman Setsy-Slavich. Danilo was crowded by the papal archbishop in Dorohechin as the first king of all Rus, and the foreign domination following the Mongolian invasion, much of Ukraine was controlled by Lithuania, and after the union of Lublin was included in the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth illustrated here in 1619. So there are a lot of rulers. So Boleslaw Jerzy II of Mazovia, King Casimir III of Poland initiated campaigns. Um, then, so a lot of ruling and things. So there was a battle on the Ireton River. So we must also know about the Ireton River. Following 1386 Union of Fluo, a dynastic union, and the so-called Galicia-Volhynia Wars ended by 1392, and Ukraine founded and refounded many towns. So Podolia was incorporated in 1430, and so a lot of rulers and findings and Union of Lublin, and so there was colonization and pressure, and so there was Orthodox treatment too, and the Golden Horde territory was formed from and was conquered, and so a lot of like a lot of information is given on Ukraine as of nobody needed, but it's very nice to see about everything. So there was Tatar invasions and slave raiding bands, and so the Taurida Governorate was formed, and so the Cossack Hetmanate is considered as a direct ancestor of today's Ukraine. So the Turks and the Tatars and the military campaigns. So there were harsh enslavement of peasantry by Polish nobility, and especially the suppression of the Orthodox Church alienated the Cossacks. So the Cossack hetman. So it's about the history and somewhat a nice story about. And there was a Treaty of Pereyaslav, and so there was the ruin, a devastating 30-year war amongst Russia, Poland, Turks, and Cossacks for control of Ukraine. So it occurred at the same time of deluge of Poland. So there was eternal peace and land was divided between Russia and Poland. So there was Battle of Poltava. So the first page of Bendary Constitution. So there's a page given, and Constitution of Philip Orlik. So there was Spirit of Laws, the publication of Montesquieu, and there was Partition of Poland, which we learned in the history, and so the Danube Valley. So Kyrylo Razumovsky, the last hetman of left and right bank Ukraine, 1750 to 1764, the first person to declare Ukraine to be a sovereign state. So is increasing conflict between Uniate and Orthodox parishes along the newly reinforced Polish-Russian border on the Dnieper River in the time of Catherine to set the stage for the uprising, somewhat a Chinese kind. And so let's see about the Dnieper River. So something like, and the river is not given. It's given as just Dnieper. Okay, we'll continue in the next video.